impossible, impossible.
It's alright, man.
Can you go to court? Get in there.
Cool, I been going there like deposit. You don't really brag about it when you know you got it. Real hard to read it, nigga hooked on phonics. Say a lot of things and never catch like Sonic. Zoom, I'm gone. When I'm in my zone, I get it going Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party when I come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw 'em off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they say.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Green Bay Packers and themselves. Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. Clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First play and a first throw for Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And out across midfield down to the 45. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
That's a real nice job right there. Working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. On first down, Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
On second down, it's Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Rodgers now on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers rolling to, and this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if
they're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, 28 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Running right, Jones. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
But it's certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter. Obviously looking for number 2 and definitely not playing the check down game.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing is Rodgers. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 37.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Catch made by the running back, Aaron Jones. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. From the shotgun, again to Jones. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. Bad news, they didn't get it on 2nd down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They've thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the 1st down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what I'm going to come back with in order to pick it up.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And now here's Mason Crosby, the Packers' all-time leading scorer, but now lining up in a different uniform. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. So we've seen these be tricky from time to time. You know, you've almost got to cut the ball to make it go through. And this time he cut it a little too much, and he sliced it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, no excuses on this one. It's a kick every NFL kicker should be able to make in his sleep. But your word was definitely correct. He sliced that one, and he'll miss it wide to the right.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. This one's and a loose football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Rodgers again now. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to get this up to midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. In motion, the tight end. From the 44, Rodgers. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Oh, they'll try to jet sweep here with Lazard. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. One back in the game, that's Jones, 2nd and goal. On play action, Rodgers. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And now a hook up downfield on second down. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. He finds Watson. It's caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now a first down carry by Jones. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. From the 16, Rodgers. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And we are tied at 7. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer. Because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game. Because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat. I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard, and that is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, Packer pressure, and down he goes. Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Rodgers. Open man, here is Cobb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Rodgers now on 1st down. Touchdown! Robert Tonyan 28 yards. And the Packers have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. That's complete to Dobbs. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion left. From the 36, Rodgers, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. Completes it again to Dobbs. And he is going to have a Packers first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. An inside give to Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Rodgers to throw. toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Back to throw, Rodgers.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tonyan.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Now Crosby for the point after. And no sweat. He puts it through. And we are tied here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This is taken just shy of the 10.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers.
Pass complete, Tonyan. And he'll be taken down as that'll net him only about a gain of 9.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, he'll get this to Lazard. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Rodgers to throw once more. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. And now off to the races, down the right side. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. In a tie game fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make. And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So cold, feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chillers in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting I'm gonzo, headed where the homie live, cause it's on though. I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo. So my girl got mad and she my bro, Monica, you're wrong though. That's against a bro code. Headed to his home though. No, we living solo. Vertebrae, got this broken to his place. It's chilling in space, yeah. From then I say it's evidence you entertain my loyalty to infiltrate. The only woman that I claim to risk your life to get some strange. All my anger is a pain. You didn't know that I'm a saint. Now I'll blow your up. Then I again. Cold, feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chillers in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting cold.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Green Bay Packers and themselves. Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Up the middle, Jones. They'll get this to the 24, and it's second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. In motion right is Watkins. From the 24, Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Packers. Allen Lazard. 76 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
He'll set up to throw from the gun.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. On the return comes Cobb. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers.
He has it complete to Christian Watson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now here's Mason Crosby, the Packers' all-time leading scorer, but now lining up in a different uniform. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Crosby is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. A give to Jones, and he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Here's Jones again on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
It's now third down and 10.
On third down, here's Jones. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 24, Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
26.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And now here's Mason Crosby, the Packers' all-time leading scorer, but now lining up in a different uniform. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. The kick by Crosby is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a good job there to kind of weather the storm in that first quarter and come back with their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, you hate to be coming from behind early on, but you're exactly right. They took some time, able to move the ball, and now it's back to a 10-3 game.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. Pulls it in at the 13.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The give is to Jones. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 40 now on second down. Rodgers. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds Watson complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Here's Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Rodgers going to throw. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 31, Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. In motion left is Cobb. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. A quick throw, but incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing is Rodgers. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. The kick by Crosby is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. 30, 20. Touchdown, Packers. Allen Lazard, 87 yards. And the Packers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
2nd down, another shot for Jones. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Again, it's Jones. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. To throw is Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Now Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
They'll run it with Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Now Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Second down and 7.
They'll go again to Jones. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
The offense on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Rodgers to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's got some space here. A nice little juke. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 76 yards. And the Packers use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17 and beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Being chased out left.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Jones. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Packers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing now is Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now it's Rodgers. Open man, here is Cobb.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Rodgers now on first down.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, That could possibly seal this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. It's complete to Jones. And this won't be enough. A good secured tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 72 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tonyan. And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, 52 yards. And the Packers tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14, and he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew it was going to win.
Got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road. I done gained the world, I ain't never sell my soul. This is God-given, so I thank him as I go. Hate to sound conceited, but I know. Crazy thing they... with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me. Run up on me, baby, so you gon' see. Yeah, God power from my head and my feet. Yeah, this colossal. What I say is gospel. I cook this with love. They gon' eat it up and swallow me. I'm from the ghetto, babe. Seen bodies in the streets so I could tweet. I came from nothing. I turned a mustard seed into $1 million in the discussion. Had a TED talk with the higher me, show me how to run it up. I need all my cheese. Every day that I wake up, I'm pinching myself. Can't believe that I'm really me. Popping shows in New Zealand, boy, you is not eating, man. We do not play in the same league. I gave my mama some racks and she asked me if I'm selling. I said, mama, please. If I was, do you think I'd let you know? Got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road. This is God-given, so I thank her as I go. This gon' sound conceited, but I know. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me. Yeah, God power from my head to my feet. Yeah, run up on me, baby, so you gon' see. Yeah. I did not chase, I just attract. What you put in, you get back. I'm screaming Campbell, then still hit the dancing and wherever I'm at. Feel like a champion, mama mentality. I am the masterpiece, life is the crap. Deep love me and I can't resist it, but I'm only guilty of slipping too fast. Life is by legacy, what lies ahead of me, helping to get peace with this past. Little bitty regular that I pack. 007 before you react. Don't think twice, my only advice for my granddad before he passed. Look to the stars, look at the sky at night. Tell me that heaven ain't black on everything I love. Try not to brag till you bring it up. Turn of vision, block opinions, and I could give but think of us. Duck, jab, hooks in it through the roof with an uppercut. Tell the truth, shut the devil up. In the booth, I'm untouchable. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Green Bay Packers and themselves. Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. And a short kick taken at about the 16.
What you waiting for? Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Tell the chauffeur to open Mercedes door. Put the pedal to metal and made it soar. She was, but I made it sure it was. So we stayed indoors. Let's take it where no one has been before. It feel like I've known you some years before.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line. Do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylers go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do.
Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came primetime action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm ballin' like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, high swing, stiff on, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. It's not a game, it's not a game. Banging on your chest.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Green Bay Packers and themselves. Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. Now swing pass for Dillon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick them.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Packers! Randall Cobb, 77 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. They'll try again with Jones. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. 7-7, our score after 1. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Jones.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
But when the ball snapped from the 3 down near the goal line, I think in days gone by, we thought many teams would run the football, but on 3rd down in today's game, I expect them to throw it. A little counterintuitive there. They tried to run it, instead spilled for a loss.
The kick by Crosby is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back.
He's got a man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Packers.
Christian Watson. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Packers are once again back in front.
Crosby connects on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing is Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. On play action, it's Rodgers. That's caught inside the 20. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Rodgers going to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. To throw is Rodgers. He'll find Jones again, complete. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. This one swung out here to Jones. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
I know we saw the pass and the completion and obviously the resulting loss of yardage. To me, that play broke down with the blocking on it. Because if you're going to try and swing it that far outside, that blocking's got to hold up to give your guy a chance.
And the defense, they weren't fooled at all.
No, not at all. But were they aggressive on that one?
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the Pack up on 3rd and long. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter.
And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Rasul Douglas picks it. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their mind. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. In motion right comes Cobb. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. They'll roll him out right.
Pass to Lazard, bringing it in on the crossing route.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer first down.
They'll look to throw here.
A check down here to Jones.
Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. Now they send the tight end in motion left. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Unsuccessful pass on 3rd down, but at least you got 3 points here in your hip pocket.
Yeah, and I would take it from my hip pocket and put it right on the shoe of my kicker and go get those 3 points. This isn't even a discussion to me. This is a chance to take the lead after a good drive. Do it.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers.
Got a man, it's Tunyon.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Well, there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you use your body to create some space.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers forced out to his left toward the sideline, and look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards. Now a first down carry by Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also...
Touchdown, Packers! Romeo Doubs with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Back now at Lambeau, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Crosby on now to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Rodgers now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Rodgers now on 1st down. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
On play action, Rodgers. That's complete right side to Lazard. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. In motion comes the tight end left. Up the middle, Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Credit the defense there to Quay Walker, getting behind the line of scrimmage before they could rip off any sort of a gain. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this one dropped in the end zone. Oh, looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Rodgers gotta have this one. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
And with the scoreboard against them here in the 4th quarter, this was definitely 4-down territory. Really nice job there, finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets them up with 1st and goal.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk. Is accepted.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. That's thrown quickly out wide to Lazard. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes the catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
Now Rodgers. This is caught. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Rodgers. And this one is incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Get 300! Get 300!
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
26. Hey, 88. Yeah.
Back to throw, Rodgers.
It's complete, Lazard.
Now they burn the timeout, and they're kind of in that gray area where they might be able to get 2 plays in, but maybe just 1 play left in this ball game. We'll see. Rodgers to throw. He's got Tonyan complete over the middle. Now there's the timeout signaled for with 2 seconds to go. And the field goal unit likely trying to send this one to overtime. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go, and that will tie us at 24 all. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
So advantage Packers here. They'll possess the ball first with a chance to win it here in overtime. Taken at the 15, a short kick. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Rashawn Gary. He's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Jones running left. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Rashawn Gary that time through the line and getting the tackle for loss.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
2nd down, another shot for Jones.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
I'm really out for blood this time, look. I just came back for the win. Lot of new money in my hand. Gonna tell a friend to tell a friend. They say success is the best revenge. Heard they was sleeping again, say it no more. This is a rude awakening, kicking the door. Back and I'm better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. I see the option, I'm up in the score. I catch a